What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another how to boss on mobile. And as you can tell by the task that we have 204 gargoyles, and it's not just going to be regular gargoyles, it's going to be the Grotesque Guardians. Starting it off with Dusk, and Dusk is combat level 248 and is weak against melee, and that's what we'll be using. Also, you're going to need level 75 Slayer to kill these bosses, so just keep that in mind. Has 450 hit points, which isn't that bad to be honest. Second boss to the Grotesque Guardians is going to be Dawn with a combat level of 238 and attacks with range based attacks, and is also weak to range. Both of the Grotesque Guardians are immune to poison and are both located on top of the Mauritania Slayer Tower. And these are some of the most notable drops. They always drop Granite Dust, they drop the Granite Maul, Granite Gloves, Granite Ring, Granite Hammer, and the Black Tourmaline Core. This boss actually has a pet which is called Noon, and it is 1 in 3,000, and they also drop the Jar of Stone, which is 1 in 5,000. Also, you're going to need a hammer, not just any hammer, a granite hammer or a rock hammer, which can be bought from the Slayer Masters, or I think at the GE, I'm pretty sure you could buy it there. You can also buy the Gargoyle Smasher for 120 Slayer points, which automatically kills the gargoyles or smashes them whenever they are in critical health, so you don't have to do it yourself by clicking on the hammer and then clicking on the gargoyle. Again, what I have equipped is the Granite Hammer, and it's actually one of the drops from this boss, so if you get one, you might as well use it. Or you can talk to the Slayer Masters, and right there you will see it, the Rock Hammer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's all the perks you can get from the Slayer Masters. Now let's head over to the POH and take a look at that collection log. Alright, now that we are in the POH, this is what the Jar of Stone looks like in the display case in your POH. It's actually my favorite, and I would pay the 1.5 mil for it. A large display of the Grotesque Guardians atop the Slayer Tower roof. And let's go ahead and look at this collection log. It's actually pretty filled out, since I've done about 1250 KC, I think. Yeah. So far we've gotten 7 cores, 10 granite gloves, 3 granite rings, 4 hammers, no Jar of Stone, no pet, and I think we've maxed out the we've already maxed out the Granite Dust that they drop. So the main objective for this video is hopefully we can get that pet. And like I said before, you need 75 Slayer to even kill the gargoyles, any of the gargoyles to be honest. As you can see right here, 75 Slayers are required to kill the gargoyles. And now with the gear. I will be going with almost completely max range gear. As you can tell, I have the Slayer helmet imbued, I have my Necklace of Anguish, the Armadillo chestplate, the Armadillo chain skirt, I have Pegasians, I have my Archer's ring imbued, I have a blowpipe, dragon darts, an assembler, an unholy blessing, and barrels gloves. And I know, this is pretty expensive gear, but I'm just showing you guys what I go in with. But I will show a more budget gear setup for you guys that can't really afford the Armadillo chain skirt and the chest plate or whatever. And this is the inventory I go in with. I actually go in with a 6-way switch into melee with the full bando, chest plate, and tassets. Also, I take with me 5 super restores, 5 Sarah brews, 2 ranging potions, and 2 super combat potions. Again, do not forget your hammer. Alright. Let's go ahead and use a Slayer ring to teleport us to the Mauritania Slayer Tower whenever you're ready and geared up and ready to go. Don't worry, I didn't forget to put a budget setup. A perfect budget setup to go to the Grotesque Guardians can be a Slayer helmet, a Fury, Blessed D'hide, Varrock's plate skirt, I believe, Dragon boots, a Berserker ring imbued preferably, an Unholy Blessing, an Ava's accumulator, a blowpipe, barrels gloves, and in the inventory, a whip, fire cape, and a defender switch is going to be perfect. 1 Saradomin brew, 1 ranging potion, 1 super combat, 1 super restore, 2 prayer potions. Don't forget your rock hammer or your granite hammer, a teleport out of the Slayer Tower rooftop in case of emergencies, and then the rest of your inventory is going to be shark, mantas, or anglers. Now that we've teleported to the Mauritania Slayer Tower, let's go ahead and show on the big map where we are at. That is Canifis, and there is actually a ferry ring code that you can use to get here. CKS will get you directly south of the Mauritania Slayer Tower. And then once you are here at the Slayer Tower, there is actually a vine that you can use to climb up to the second level, which you'll need level 61 reins to get up. And we're going to go ahead and go up. Do not go up here without your Slayer helmet on or a nose peg, because you will take a lot of damage from these aberrant specters, and they drain your stats, so just be mindful that they're here. Then walk south to the staircase that's going to be to the east, and it'll lead you to the third floor of the Mauritania Slayer Tower, where the Grotesque Guardians are actually located. Alright, now that we are on the third floor of the Mauritania Slayer Tower, the stairs to lead you to the rooftop are going to be right here. You can see them. And then you will actually need a brittle key before you can unlock this boss. And you can get the brittle key by attacking the gargoyles, which you'll need to do whenever you get your first gargoyle slayer task. And it's really not that hard to get. Here is a picture of it. It is a 1 in 150 drop from the gargoyles, and a marble gargoyle is a superior version of the regular gargoyles. So now we can finally go up once we've gotten the brittle key, and you actually need to take all your items out of the magical chest, and this is the chest that you get whenever you die. Yes, I did die. Even if I'm at 1250 KC, I did die. And then you just empty it out or get your items or whatever you want to do. And welcome to the rooftop, where you will be fighting Dusk and Dawn. The stone version of Dusk is located to the west, and the stone version of Dawn can be located to the east. And to the north is where you'll see the bell that you're going to ring to start the fight every single time with this boss. After you get your first KC, you can skip the animation that's going to be showing, but for the sake of the video, I'll go ahead and click just ring the regular bell, and it's going to start this little animation before the fight starts. And you can actually open up your prayers and go ahead and start praying range. Alright, now that the animation is over, you're going to want to run and stand on this tile right here. Then run to this tile right here. And this works as a semi-safe spot against Dusk. It doesn't work all the time, and then you'll have to run back to the same first square and then run back to the second square, and then it'll kind of get you in a safe spot so Dust doesn't attack you, and you'll only be taking minor damage from Dawn. And you just keep attacking Dawn until her phase is over, and then she leaves the arena or the rooftop, and then you'll go against Dusk. Dawn will throw these white and purple balls that will freeze you in place, so you can avoid them, or if not, whatever. Now when both bosses run to the middle is whenever I do my 6-way switch into melee, and avoid the purple and orange circles that appear on the floor. They will deal rapid damage to you, so avoid those. Now you're going to want to pray melee, attack Dusk one time, run away, attack him a second time, and run away. Whenever he does this little curl up ball and he turns orange, he does a special attack where he actually throws you against the wall and you take really big damage. And at the same time, he will make these balls of rock fall from the ceiling, so avoid those because they do knock you out, and then he could do the special attack on you, and then you'll take just a bunch of damage. So avoid the rocks, avoid his special attack, and you'll take little to no damage in his stage of the boss fight. Now when he runs to the middle, Dawn will return, and then you'll switch over to your range. Again, avoid the purple and the orange little circles from the floor. They deal rapid damage. Put protect from range and eagle eye, and you can actually attack this boss and avoid collecting these little orbs, but for the video we're going to go ahead and collect them. The little orbs deal 2 damage. They grow into medium-sized balls and they deal 10 damage. Then they grow into large orbs and they will deal 20 damage, and if you don't collect them in time and you don't kill Dawn in time, she will actually collect the orbs, and each orb heals 90 HP to the boss. But since I have 99 range and I'm in almost max gear, I just avoid the orbs and just kill the boss. When the boss gets to low health, if you don't have Gargoyle Smasher, the perk from the Slayer Master, you'll need to click on your hammer and use it on the boss to crack it. And when Dawn is dead, Dusk will throw you into this square of fire, and if you don't make it out in time, he will deal like 50 plus damage, and this is what normally kills everybody. Then you'll switch over to your melee gear, and I use a Ceradome and Godsword to heal back my health. Then I change into my Defender and Tentacle Whip and finish off the rest of the kill. Now, whenever he's in this form, he actually attacks you with range and he attacks you with melee, so I pray melee and piety because I already have good range defense, so whenever he attacks me, he really doesn't hit me that much. And that's pretty much it. 1350 XP per kill at the Grotesque Guardians. Pretty decent experience. I mean, it only takes me about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, just depending on my RNG. And remember, whenever you're potting back up for the next fight, you can drink 3 sips of Ceradome Brew to every 1 sip of Super Restore, in case you didn't know. So now that we're all geared up and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and switch back into our range setup, and let's go in for the second fight. So we're going to go ahead and right click the bell and quick start, pray range, and run to the square from before. Once we're here, we're going to go ahead and start attacking Dawn. And then when Dusk gets close to us, we're going to run to the square on the outside. And we're going to just sit here until he attacks us. We'll run back. And then we'll run back to the same square that we were at before. We're going to continue to attack and kill Dawn until the second stage of the fight begins. Alright, now that they're both running to the middle, you're going to go ahead and switch to your melee setup and avoid the purple and orange squares on the floor. Alright, now that they've been avoided, go ahead and pray melee and attack Dawn, run away, attack him again, and avoid his special attack, and watch out for the shadows from the rocks falling from the roof. And then we're going to continue this attack, avoiding all the shadows so we don't get knocked out. And we're going to keep doing this until we finish this part of the fight. Alright, now that they're back, we're going to go ahead and switch back into our range setup, avoiding all of the little circles on the floor. If not, you'll take damage as shown in the video. And we're going to go ahead and pray range and eagle eye, and we're going to attack Dusk. Again, like I said before, I don't go after the orbs, I just attack Dawn. It saves me about 15 to 20 seconds off of each kill, since it takes forever to kill this boss anyway, so just avoid the orbs if you're confident enough with your gear and yourself that you don't need to go after the orbs. And like I said before, if you don't have the perk Gargoyle Smasher from the Slayer Master, you'll need to actually physically use your hammer on the boss to kill it every kill. So unlock that as soon as possible. When you kill Dawn, Dusk will throw you into this pit of fire, and like I said before, you will take 50 plus damage. I normally use my SGS. I get 2 special attacks off, if not just 1. Switch over to my Tentacle Whip and my Defender and just finish off the kill. This boss, it takes some time to get used to, but in the long run, you do make a little bit of money off of it, and it's a fun boss to kill in my opinion. 1350 Slayer experience gained. This boss really isn't that hard, it just takes some time getting used to, so let's go ahead and do a couple of fast clips and start some good music. Alright, getting to the last kill of the Slayer task. This took forever. And I think we're actually going to hit a level. Yep, 92 attack during this huge grind. That was actually the last kill. So 204 gargoyles killed. Now let's go out and check out the loot and see what we got from this. It was horrible. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the loot of 204 kills at the Grotesque Guardians. And this is everything that we've got except some of the uniques and maybe 1 or 2 drops that were on the normal drop table. 8.8 mil in supplies, alchables, ores, dart tips, arrow tips, and just, you know, all the stuff in general that the Grotesque Guardians drop. And we also made a nice 13,602 granite dust, which unfortunately is untradeable. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of the loot, which is all the uniques we got. Unfortunately, we didn't really get anything good from this boss. We did end up getting 1 pair of granite gloves, 2 granite hammers, and that's it. We did sell all the loot and we are left with this. The granite hammers and the granite gloves are worth 1.6 mil. It's not that bad, I guess, right? Alright, so now that everything is sold, we actually have a green cash stack. We ended up making 10,434,000 GP from the Grotesque Guardians, 204 to be exact. Our RNG wasn't on our side, sadly. I think we ended up maybe breaking even after we used all the darts and the Zoro scales, Ceradome and brews, and super restores and all the food and everything that we use. I'm pretty sure we made about 8 mil in total, which isn't that bad, but it could be a lot better. So let's go ahead and run to the POH and check out that collection log. Alright, let's see. The collection log for the Grotesque Guardians: 1,454 KC, 7 cores, 11 gloves, 3 rings, 6 hammers, no jar of stone, and max granite dust. I was really hoping we would go for the pet, or we would get the pet, but RNG can't be on your side all the time. There's always the next time. So that's gonna go ahead and finish this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave me any feedback if you guys like this series. If you guys want to see different bosses, I'd really appreciate it. Go check out my sponsor on my Instagram page. We're making a lot of new stuff. If you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be pressed to make more content for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.